What if I told you that reality is nothing more than hardened imagination? What if the mystic who taught this secret died, knowing he'd unlocked the greatest power humans possess? What if everything you think is real is actually just your assumption crystallized into form? Neville Goddard discovered something that changed everything, not just for him, for millions who followed his teachings. But here's what's shocking. Most people who know his name don't know his most powerful techniques. What if your entire life is built on one single assumption you made about yourself years ago? Think about this. Every morning you wake up assuming you're the same person who went to sleep. You assume your name, your limitations, your possibilities. But what if you could change that fundamental assumption? Neville discovered that most people live in mental prisons they built themselves. They assume they're not worthy of love. They assume money is hard to come by. They assume success belongs to others. And reality simply reflects these assumptions back to them. But there's one assumption that can change everything. One core belief that, when shifted, transforms your entire world overnight. The law of assumption states, whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. Not eventually, immediately. As Neville said, you are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. Your first technique: start each day by assuming you already are the person you want to become. Don't hope, don't wish. Assume it's already true. Feel it, breathe it, live from that assumption. What happens to your brain in those precious moments between waking and sleeping that makes manifestation almost automatic? Scientists call it the hypnagogic state. Neville called it the golden gateway. Your critical mind shuts down. Your subconscious opens wide, and in that space, miracles become normal. SATS, state akin to sleep, was Neville's most guarded technique. He taught that in this drowsy state, visualization becomes implantation, not just imagination, actual programming of your reality matrix. But here's the secret most people miss. It's not about what you visualize, it's about how you feel while visualizing. Every night, as you drift towards sleep, enter SATs. Visualize your desire fulfilled. But more importantly, feel the satisfaction of already having it, the relief, the gratitude, the naturalness of it being yours. Your subconscious will work all night to make that feeling your reality. This is how Neville manifested everything from money to marriage to military discharge. What if you could go back and change any painful memory from your past? And that change would ripple forward into your present reality. Most people think the past is fixed, unchangeable. They carry wounds, regrets and limitations from years ago, believing they're stuck with them forever. But Neville discovered something revolutionary. The past only exists in your imagination. And if it only exists in imagination, you can reimagine it. You can revise it. You can rewrite it. Neville recommended that his students revise their day on a nightly basis by reimagining any events that were unfavorable and essentially rewriting them so that the events were what they wanted to experience. The revision technique works like this. Before sleep, replay any negative event from your day or past. But this time, reimagine it going perfectly. See people responding positively. Feel the joy of the better outcome. Your subconscious will treat this revised memory as real, and reality will shift to match this new past. This isn't just healing, it's literal reality reconstruction. What experiment could prove to you beyond doubt that your imagination is actually creating your reality? Neville created a test so simple, so undeniable, that even the biggest skeptics couldn't argue with the results. He called it the ladder technique. In the ladder technique, you actually use affirmations by writing, "I will not climb a ladder," on several pieces of paper and reading them out loud, while simultaneously imagining yourself climbing a ladder every night in SATS. What happens next proves that your subconscious doesn't listen to your words, it listens to your imagination. and it will orchestrate reality to make your imagined scene come true. Within days, circumstances will conspire to put you on a ladder. A friend needs help. Work requires it. Something breaks and you must climb to fix it. Your imagination overrode your conscious denial. This isn't just a party trick. It's proof that you're constantly creating reality through imagination. Once you know this works, you can apply it to anything. Career, love, health, money. How do the millionaires think differently about money than broke people? And how can you adopt that same mindset instantly? Most people live in the middle. They want wealth, but think like they're poor. They desire love, but feel unworthy. They dream of success, but expect failure. Neville taught something radical. Don't live in the beginning or middle of your desire. Don't live in the wanting or hoping or trying. Live in the end. Live as if you already have what you desire. But here's where most people fail. They try to live in the end with their actions before they've lived in the end with their mind. Living in the end means thinking, feeling, and being the person who already has your desire fulfilled. If you want wealth, think like a wealthy person thinks. Feel secure, generous, abundant. Make decisions from that state. If you want love, feel loved right now. If you want success, feel successful today. Your external world will inevitably conform to your internal state of being. What if there was a phrase so powerful that it could instantly transport you from any current limitation to the fulfillment of your deepest desire? Memory is the bridge between imagination and reality. When you remember something, your brain experiences it as real. Your emotions respond, your body reacts. The I remember when method is your tool for reality selection. You're selecting which timeline, which version of reality you want to live in. But the secret isn't just remembering. It's remembering with the exact emotional signature of someone who actually lived through that experience. Start sentences with I remember when and complete them with your desires as past experiences. I remember when I got that promotion. I remember when I met my soulmate. I remember when I bought my dream house. Feel the nostalgia, the satisfaction, the realness of the memory. Your subconscious will work to make these memories match your current reality. You're not lying, you're selecting which version of your life to experience. If your thoughts create your reality, what happens when you consume mental junk food all day long? You wouldn't eat garbage and expect a healthy body. Yet most people feed their minds a steady diet of worry, doubt, fear and negativity. Then wonder why their life feels toxic. Neville taught that your mental diet is more important than your physical diet. Every thought is either nourishing your desired reality or poisoning it. But here's what shocked even Neville's advanced students. You don't need to monitor every thought, you only need to redirect the persistent ones. The mental diet technique is simple but revolutionary. For 1 week, refuse to entertain any negative thought about yourself or your future for more than a few seconds. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't, immediately replace it with, I can. When you think this is impossible, switch to, this is inevitable. Within 7 days, you'll notice reality shifting to match your new mental diet. Your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner nutrition. What if genuine gratitude for something you don't yet have could make it appear faster than any other technique? Most people think gratitude is about appreciating what you already possess. But Neville taught a different kind of gratitude. Gratitude for the invisible, the not yet manifested, the desired. When you genuinely thank the universe for something before it appears in your physical reality, you're operating from the assumption that it's already done, already yours, already complete. But there's a specific way to do this that most people miss. It's not just saying thank you. It's feeling the emotion of receiving unexpected good news. Throughout your day, randomly say thank you for your desires as if they've just been fulfilled. Thank you for my perfect health. Thank you for my loving relationship. Thank you for my financial abundance. Feel genuine appreciation. Feel the surprise and joy of receiving good news. This technique bypasses doubt because gratitude is the natural emotion of having, not wanting. Your subconscious interprets this as evidence that your desire is already real. What if you could have a conversation with anyone, alive or dead, friend or stranger, that would convince your subconscious your desire is already fulfilled? You know, your imagination doesn't know the difference between a real conversation and an imagined one. Your emotions respond the same way. Your beliefs form the same way. Neville used this to manifest everything from reconciling broken relationships to landing dream jobs. He would simply imagine hearing the news he wanted to hear from the person he needed to hear it from. But the conversation has to feel completely real, not like you're pretending, like you're actually there, actually hearing those words, actually receiving that call. The telephone technique works like this. Imagine receiving a call from someone congratulating you on your fulfilled desire. Hear their voice, feel the excitement, have a full conversation about how wonderful it is that your dream came true. Your friend calling to congratulate you on your engagement. Your boss calling to offer the promotion. Your doctor calling with perfect test results. Just make it real in imagination, and reality will orchestrate the actual call. If you had to choose between perfect visualization with no emotion or zero visualization with perfect emotion, which would manifest your desire faster? Most people focus on seeing their desires clearly. They create vision boards, practice detailed visualizations, work on making mental images crisp and vivid. But Neville discovered that imagery without emotion is like a car without fuel. It looks right, but it won't take you anywhere. The secret that changed everything for Neville's students. Feeling is the secret, not seeing, not thinking, feeling. You don't need to see your desire perfectly in your mind's eye. You need to feel what it would feel like to have it fulfilled right now. How would you feel waking up in your dream house? How would you feel introducing your soulmate to your parents? How would you feel checking your bank account with unlimited money? Capture that feeling. Live in that feeling. Marinate in that feeling. Feeling is the secret because feeling is the language your subconscious speaks fluently. What if the universe's way of delivering your desires looked nothing like what you expected, but everything like what you needed? Most people have a specific idea of how their manifestation should unfold. They want to win the lottery, not get a promotion. They want their ex to return, not meet someone better. But Neville taught that the universe creates a bridge of incidents, a series of seemingly unrelated events that naturally lead to your desire's fulfillment. The bridge often looks like delays, detours, or even disappointments, but each incident is perfectly orchestrated to bring you exactly what you asked for in the best possible way. Your job isn't to figure out how your desire will manifest. Your job is to maintain faith that it will manifest regardless of how things appear. Trust the bridge of incidents. That rejection might lead to a better opportunity. That delay might be perfect timing. That detour might be the exact path you needed. Stay focused on the end result, not the process. The universe knows shortcuts you don't even know exist. What's the difference between people who manifest their desires and people who just think about manifesting their desires? It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even belief, though that helps. The difference is persistence. Most people try a technique once, maybe twice, then quit when they don't see immediate results. But Neville taught that manifestation is like planting a seed. You don't plant it, then dig it up the next day to check if it's growing. You water it, trust it, and wait for the harvest. Persistence means continuing to live in the end state regardless of current circumstances. It means repeating your SATS visualization every night, even when nothing seems to be happening. It means maintaining your assumption even when the world seems to contradict it. The people who succeed with Neville's techniques aren't the most talented or gifted. They're simply the ones who persist long enough for their imagination to harden into fact. Your imagination is working 24/7 to create your reality. The question is, are you persistently imagining what you want or persistently imagining what you don't want? Reality isn't happening to you. Reality is happening through you. Every single one of these 12 techniques is a tool for conscious reality creation. But they only work if you use them. Start tonight. Pick one technique that resonated with you most. Maybe it's SATs, maybe it's the revision technique, maybe it's simply living in the end. Use it consistently for 1 week, watch what happens, because here's the truth Neville spent his entire life teaching. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not at the mercy of fate. You are not powerless. You are the author of your reality. You are the director of your experience. You are the god of your own world. Which technique will you try first? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video expanded your understanding of what's possible, hit that subscribe button for more reality modeling secrets. Remember, your imagination is your superpower. Use it wisely.